Hello, Coach Kitri back over here. And like I mentioned before, if you enjoy what you're watching, please like and subscribe. I just started, and it'd be great to, develop on the algorithm and help you play better golf and all that good stuff. Okay? Now, today I want to talk to you about slicing. Slicing is one of the biggest directional issues that happen to a lot of people. Doesn't matter if you're an amateur, even if you're a tour professional, everybody's eventually going to slice one day, right? Now, what is essentially slicing? Slicing with the ball, as a right-handed player, where the ball goes obliviously towards the right in so many degrees. You can be a little bit to the right, or maybe a lot to the right, and you end up in somebody's house, and definitely out of bounds or in the water. Okay, so what can we categorize a slice essentially happening at impact? Well, it's a very obvious way of looking at it is the club face is open towards your target during the point of contact. And there must be some mechanism that's happening in your swing, which is making that happen during the point of contact. Okay? So, a lot of people, a lot of amateurs definitely who play this game of golf, who slice on the ball, is essentially having a swing that what we like to call in golf terms a club path that is outside in with an open face. Now, what is that? What is an outside in club path? If you can see from your angle right there, with the ball, and I had put a sticker there to mark the low point. If you want to know what low point is, please look at my video that I had attached previously. Okay? So, when I'm on top of the ball right now, a club path is essentially the way the club head meets the ball through impact. At which direction? If it comes from closer towards you, towards the ball, that's what we call an in to out path. If we have a club head that comes from the outside, as you can see, outside and comes back in, that's an out to in path. Now, essentially for a lot of people who play golf, haven't really taken much of a lesson, but they want to enjoy the game. The common sense thing to do with the ball is to try to pick it up. The ball is below you, I'm on top of it, I want the ball to get in the air. That's the first goal of anybody who ever plays this game. And if you've hit 10 balls like that and you've hit 10,000 balls like that, essentially you are honing in your skills to develop and create that sort of an outcome, okay? And how does that look like? And if you can see from here, but to do that, essentially, well, I have the club kind of coming down at the ball, because I want to whack it. But the problem is when I do that, I'm probably going to get hurt and hit the ground. And at the same time, if I even hit the ball really, really well with a square club face, the ball's probably going to shoot out towards the left, something like this. And as you can see there, the ball went way off to the left. Now, we don't want that to happen on the course. And we want the ball to go up in the air. Most times when that happens, the ball is just dribbling down on the ground. So what happens? Essentially, we have the club kind of moving outside in, and we open the face at the point of contact to simply get a decent contact with the ball flight getting up high in the air. Now, you notice that I kind of hit the ground a bit behind, and that also becomes a problem, especially for people who swing with an outside in swing. Why? Because we're trying to pick the ball up, Now, if you want to understand what type of impact we want to have at the point of contact, please, again, look at my video that I attached before, talking about the low point and compression and all that good stuff. But in terms of direction, continuously playing like that, and especially when you start using the driver of all clubs, continuously playing like that, I need height, and I'm moving the club in that manner. Well, it makes sense then, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bend my left arm, I'm going to extend my left wrist, I'm going to open the face. Why? So I can kind of scoop the ball. Now, if I scoop the ball, check that out. I got a lot more height that way. It didn't really go very far. I did hit it a little bit behind the ball. And as you can see, the ball's going way off towards the right side. Why? Because that's a super difficult way to control the direction of the club. Now, is that a mechanism that you can use to, well, get the ball airborne? Yes, and that's a mechanism that so many amateurs out there use. But unfortunately, that's not the correct way of using the club, and naturally you're going to be hitting a ton of them towards the right. Maybe some shots you might be able to control it a little bit to the right, or maybe a lot to the right. Who knows? It's just kind of a shot in the dark. And essentially what you're doing at the point of impact is that you are opening the face. Why? Because the way that you enter the ball, you kind of need to. You don't really have much of a choice if you want that ball to get airborne, right? So How do we go about changing that? What do we need to work on, especially when we're working on your club path and maintaining and controlling the club face through impact? Okay, now first things first, I have the opportunity over here at Golf Point Center to use a launch monitor TrackMan system that provides me the numbers that help me understand exactly what's going on in terms of my club face, my club path. But most of you at home doesn't have all this technology. All you have is this basic stuff that you have, right? And as you can see here, I have two little pieces of foam and a stick that's essentially pointing towards the ball. Now, what am I doing here? I'm trying to get a visual of what exactly is my method of entering into the ball, okay? Now, to understand a little bit more about all this, by the way, it's super important to get yourself a coach. Now, and like I mentioned before, if you are interested in doing some online lessons, you can click on the link below. I do them through the Skillest app where we can have a little bit more of a discussion regarding your swing. And also you can see a bunch of my other videos and stuff through my Instagram. But moving forward, using a setup like this, I'm able to help and see, well, you know what? It's a lot easier for me to avoid this little foam and this little foam if I'm moving in this direction. And you can see clearly, compared to where that stick is pointing towards the ball, my club head is coming from what I like to say again, outside in. And from there, I'm able to hit the ball up in the air. That was a decent contact. As you can see, that ball is obviously going off to the right. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to change this up. And for those of you at home who are, and you're about to hit the range, try to get some foam rollers. I'm sure you can go to like Home Depot or something, and you can get them from there. Switch it up. Try to put one on the outside from the back, and one from the inside from the front. Okay, and you can see what I did there. Now, by keeping that foam from the outside, now I just kind of confused myself. I've just realized, well, damn, I can't hit the ball that way. I'm probably going to smack that little foam right there. Well, start this process slowly, and take it step by step. You know what I'm going to do? Okay, maybe this time I'm going to listen to what this guy is saying, and this time maybe I'm going to change my swing to be a little bit more inside out. So instead of entering the ball from outside, I'm going to enter the ball from the inside. And do I have to make an extreme? Definitely not. You do not need this club to be coming way out way in from here. That could lead to a whole sorts of other bunch of problems, and please don't get there. We have to just make this change slowly and little by little, okay? So just start slow and nice and easy, where you just understanding that, look, I don't want to hit that foam. I'm going to take it a nice and easy shot, and by doing so, I'm going to get the club kind of moving from an in to out swing. Now, notice what just immediately happened with my ball flight there. The ball kind of started a bit to the right, but as you can see, it gradually came back to the target line to the left. This is the shot that we want all our students to play, which is essentially called a push draw. Why? Because it's a relatively easy shot to control as you get better as a player, and it means that the mechanics of your swing are helping you develop a consistent shot that reaches the target, right? You want the ball to hit the fairway, you want the ball to hit the green, and a push draw is a great way of doing that. Now, you want to talk about pull fades? Well, I'll do that in another video one day, but for now, we want to play push draws, okay? So, again, start small, start slow, realize the difference between trying to swing from the outside and trying to swing a little bit from the inside, and avoiding those two foams. Then suddenly you're able to create this sort of a trajectory, and the ball moving slightly more to the right and then coming back towards the target. Well, like I said, a push draw. Setting this sort of up for yourself at home or even on the range, wherever you are able to hit balls, is super important, because you need correct feedback to understand what is happening in your game, in your swing. You can't really see that by just guessing. You know, if there's nothing there as a point of reference, you're just guessing and trying to think, oh, you know what, maybe I'm going to feel it like I'm probably going to take it in from the inside, but you probably are not. Okay, you can take a slow motion video of your swing, and you'll realize to yourself how much outside in, how much inside out you are taking it. But you know, I highly recommend, if you are able to pop into a center like over here, use a launch monitor. I'll be able to explain to you more in detail regarding the numbers, the numerics, about what constitutes an outside in versus inside out, and be able to kind of control that ball flight, develop a sense of confidence and a sense of practice, where you can create this sort of trajectory, this sort of ball flight control, and get you to play better golf. All right? Like I mentioned before, if you enjoyed what I said, like and subscribe, and wait for more videos because still got a bunch more concepts I'd like to talk about. All right? Cheers.